So this video is for you if you think about buying a car. More for personal use today, because numbers that I will disclose will work more for personal use, not a business use. But anyway, even if you buy for business use, you will have some tips that will be interesting for you as well. I just bought a car myself, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity to share, how I saved a few $1,000s on the car I just purchased. So if you like to know how to save money, what car and why, you will need to see this video. I usually don't do a video about cars, but this is related to finances as well, where you could save a few $1,000s at least that you can reinvest then in stocks or even real estate if you're short a few $1,000s if you want to buy a new home. So watch till the end. Hi, my name is Alex and this is Fine Finance, the channel where I'm talking about all money related things. Whether it's stocks, buying a car, saving money, investing money, making your own business, everything money related that leads to financial freedom. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to document all my journey to financial freedom. So if you like to reproduce it, you can watch this, and I hope this will be helpful to you as well. When you think about buying a car, I do understand that you're a smart person and you probably thought already about a lot of things that you have to do in this process. So when you buy a car for professional use or for business use, numbers are slightly different because mathematics works differently, right? Finances and how you calculate your taxes. Of course, you want the car to be a good one, not the old junk. So everybody has its own criteria as how to buy a car. But everybody should consider those 6 ways or 6 tips that I'm going to disclose right now. First, if you want to buy a car, why do you want to buy a new car? I mean, once you got this car and you're out of the dealership, this car is used. And at this same point, this car loses 10%. So first point is never buy a brand new car. If you want to buy a car that smells like new, buy a car with 1 or 2 years old with low mileage on it. It's totally doable. In fact, when I'm looking for a car, I look always for a car within 2 to 4 years of age. That's when the car lost about 30% of the price of the original brand new car price. And it's kind of stops losing value that fast. So a car around 3 years old, well, 2 to 4, is the perfect car in terms of age. And in terms of, well, it's still a new car, right? You still have a warranty on it in many cases. If you like saving money, please like this video. This will help me a lot. Why do you want to buy a new car? Yeah, probably you will come to a dealership and they will tell you that you can buy this car for the 0% down with the 0% interest rate for 7 years. That sounds like a really good opportunity. And it is. I mean, you instead of paying all the money right now, you have with 0%. But always read in between the lines in small font. Probably you will pay some one-time fee, which basically replaces the cost of interest rate being 0. That's the first thing to watch for. The second one is when you buy a new car, at the point when you just bought it, it lost 10%. Even if you just drove 5 kilometers in it, that's it, you lost 10%. So if your car worth $30,000, you just lost $3,000, and that's a huge amount. So remember, never consider a new car. Even with 0% interest rate, you always can find a car with low mileage, like 10,000, with 1, 2, 3 years old, and that would be a perfect fit for you for the money. And you can purchase this 10 to 30% less. How do you save money on your car? Write me in the comments down below. Let's have discussion here. Second point, extended warranty. Yeah, so what's happened to me is I came to a dealership and I was very, I was excited to get this new car, and I just want to make things a bit quicker, and yeah, it was obvious for me that the car is good and this is a good value and this is exactly what I wanted. So I just want to sign papers and let's go. And what's happened is, in dealership they told me that you can extend the warranty of the car. But let me just check what warranty. And then, the guy is checking, and he did a great job, by the way, in that dealership. But he was checking this, what's the price of this extended warranty. His words, "Oh, I never saw it so cheap." And in my mind, oh yeah, nice, I need to get this. And this was a great selling point. So basically he told me, yeah, it's only $2,500. This is without tax, because in Canada taxes are added lately. So in total it's $3,000. When they sell you this extended warranty, they say you only can buy it right now, you cannot buy it later. Or if you want to buy it later, you have to come to dealership. It will cost more than it is right now. In those situations when you have to decide quick, when somebody make you a proposition and shorten the time that you can make a decision, that always sounds like not good. So that is always a red flag for me. But at that point in time, I kind of was more emotional, and yeah, I said, yeah, okay, let's do it. I will have peace of mind for next several years. And several days later, when I rethought everything about it and felt wrong, $3,000 for 4-year extension, which is a lot. It's a brand new car, it's a good brand, and it's known for being very solid. Chances are high that you will not get those $3,000 back at least. Or even if you got those back, why should you pay up front? Doesn't make sense. So that is why I thought that no, I should cancel this extended warranty. I also spoke with my friends, and they all told me, if you buy this vehicle, people buy this vehicle because they don't want to buy extended warranty. Think about it. 3. Know your insurance costs for the future car that you are going to purchase. Some of my friends, they bought a car which was not that luxury. They end up paying the premium for insurance the same as for their own luxury car. If you can do a quote, and you should do a quote for insurance up front, so you know what you will pay for this kind of car. And generally, there are kind of cars that, driven by young guys, and that kind of car you will have to pay more of an insurance premium. Rather than if you buy a minivan, for example. A minivan, it's considered family car, it's considered more safely from insurance standpoint. So you don't have to know all this up front, but at least you can call your insurance broker and ask him to do a quote for this vehicle and for this vehicle. And you will see what are your insurance costs. Sometimes if you're thinking about buying one brand or another, and if the brand, let's say number 2, is more expensive, but what you end up paying in monthly payment, if insurance cost is more for vehicle number 1, then probably you would choose vehicle number 2, even though it's more expensive again, but the insurance cost is less. So in total you end up paying the same amount of money that for a vehicle number 1, but well, you get it. Number 4, know your maintenance costs. Well, you would probably say that upfront it's impossible to know your maintenance costs. I agree. But you have all the information that you can find on the internet about different kind of cars with particular years for particular trims, and you will understand that in 5 years from your budget you will have to pay in general this amount of money or this amount of money. Actually, those can be pretty high. For example, I don't want to say any brands here, but for one particular German luxury car, your maintenance will be much higher than for another particular German luxury brand car. And the difference is, in average, right, about 30 to 40%, and that's a huge difference. I'm talking about $18,000 in 5 years. If you don't want to have a maintenance cost, you would probably go with a nice Japanese car. Number 5. This one is like with stocks. When you do invest and you have to wait. Don't rush. Don't buy just the first car you find it. Even though I don't say that you have to try all of them, you can if you have time. I don't like to waste my personal time and just drive the same vehicle 5-10 times. No, what I like to see is if I know what I want. For example, I want a car which is 2 to 4 years old. I want a car with the lowest mileage, and I want a car that has the below average price. Of course, you would say that chances are high that this car is probably not without a problem. I'm talking about accident that was not really disclosed or written in Carfax for Canada and another car proof for United States. My advice here, do not rush. Allow your months of time when you just want to buy a car. So the best way, if you go and if you have your search and you know which car you want to buy, so you set up an alert when every time that new car comes, you will get this email. That's how I got mine. Actually, one Saturday morning I was just drinking coffee with my wife. We were talking about whether we should buy a car right now or not, and finally we take this decision. And it's not a joke, you will not believe it, but the same hour I got email with a notification that you got this new listings. And I went instantly and saw, and this is the car I will buy because it has everything I wanted and it's a great price. So I tried to find what was the downsides, where was, what was wrong with it. But anyway, that day, few hours later, I already made a down payment. So again, do not rush. Great deal will come. Just don't throw at any car. Remember, you're buying this car for several years, so it is better when you buy a car that you like to drive and you think that this was a good deal. Okay, and the last one, number 6, is do not trade in. I know. Not in all cases. Of course, if your time was more than the time you would spend to sell a car, of course, and if you think that worse. But what I'm saying is that when you do trade in, you save on the taxes. That is correct, because this amount is deducted and you only pay taxes on the amount that you pay on top of this for the new car. What you're losing is that usually dealership, they get $2,000 to $3,000. Otherwise, they would not take your car and trade in and will not try to sell it, because they have their own costs, they have their own alternative costs as well. That is why I'm saying, for example, for my car, for my old car that I want to replace, I was proposed almost half price. It's around 8,000 on the market, and they proposed me 5,000. So 3,000 less. That's what I'm talking about. They want to have at least 2,000 to 3,000. In this case, they can do a safety check. They can do, the small repairs they need to, and they can earn money on top of it. If your time, let's say you spend 10 to 20 hours, and with this 20 hours, you can earn additional $2,000, which means $100 per hour. If you earn less than this, that I would highly recommend do not trade in. And at this point, I hope you already click that like button, because that helps me a lot and helps my channel to continue to prosper. I don't sell anything here. My only reward is your like button and your attention. Thank you. Just click it. Right, thanks. So now I promised that I will disclose what car did I buy and why, and how did I save a few thousands of dollars. Well, if you're still watching this video and you're at this point in time and you're really curious about what car did I buy, it's easy. I have 2 kids. Even though I like SUV, but once I drove this car, and it's Toyota, and it's Toyota Sienna for 8 passengers, 7 passengers. It's a really nice car. It has all the advantages of SUV and for my personal use, and I'm pretty sure I can drive it for another 7 to 10 years. I saw this car, it has only 14,000 kilometers, and it was 1.5 years old. It was so cheap because it was a formal rental, and I didn't want to buy a car from a formal rental because, when you have multiple persons, they generally do not care about car. It has only 14,000. Usually rentals are selling around 50,000 kilometers to 60,000 kilometers, and they age about 2 years old. And that was not the case. I mean, in 40,000 you cannot destroy a car, right? I still have a warranty up to 3 years, so I have 1.5 years of extended warranty. I have 5 years warranty for drivetrain. I would say for this amount, for 30,000 Canadian dollars, you can only buy a car with 2.5 years old, which has around 50 to 80,000 kilometers. And this one was only 14,000 kilometers. So why did it happen? And when I try to analyze what's happening since February 2020 in the world, rental businesses having not good days. So it looks like this rental on the market and was selling in private sales somewhere, probably in auction, and that's where this dealership got it, I'm pretty sure. And I just took a look at what's the same car of 2020 would cost, but with 0 kilometers on the mileage, and so it would cost 10,000 more. So that's what I was talking about. So it would cost 30% more for the same car. If you take all those points that I just mentioned, well, I did buy extended warranty. I have 60 days to get my money back. The maintenance costs for Toyota, one of the lowest. It is in general 2 to 3 times less than other vehicles, especially luxury German vehicles. Well, I didn't trade in, that's I already explained, my previous SUV, which is right now 8 years old. And by doing so, I saved $10,000 at least if I was to buy a new car. And also, because I waited, I found a deal, I saved another 3 to 4,000 comparing to getting the same age used car. If you like to have this feeling when you know you just made a great deal, click that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'm talking about different things, all money related, how you can save, how you can optimize your money related day-to-day activities, how you can invest in stocks, and all things money. It's all in purpose to achieve financial freedom. With that being said, I would like to know, which car do you have? Did you buy it new? Did you buy the used one? How do you choose your car? So please write me in the comments down below. I would like to know. It's always interesting to know who drives what. Especially on this journey to financial freedom, when you try to spend less, car is one of those items that one of the most expensive liability. It is not an asset for sure, unless you're using it for business. But that's a totally different story. It's not a part of this video. I hope this was a useful video for you, and I'm not just sitting here and talking, spending my time for nothing. Have a nice dreams about your new car. Bye bye.